Welcome to another episode of Real Estate the Right Way with your host, Michael.Wright, residential realtor on Long Island, New York, delivering the best educational content when it comes to residential real estate. If you find value and appreciate this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you're always notified of new videos, and ask me a question in the comments as it relates to your specific situation. I'm always here to help. Today, we're uncovering a little-known secret about how you can set your offer apart from all of the others, and it's the appraisal guarantee. Now you might say, Mike, I've put together all of my money to buy this house. How could I possibly come up with any more to bridge an appraisal difference? What if there was a way you could guarantee your purchase price without taking any more money out of pocket? It sounds attractive, right? Well, let's dive in, do a little bit of math, and show you how this is possible. All right, quick spoiler alert. This only works if you're putting more than 5% down, but less than 20% down, or more than 20% down. And that'll make sense as we go through the examples. Scenario number 1. We're buying a house for $500,000. The buyer is putting down 10%, which means they're borrowing $450,000 from the bank. So the monthly payment on a $450,000 loan at 6% is roughly $2,700 plus mortgage insurance. It's actually a little less than $2,700, but I rounded up a couple bucks. All right, so you got the house, you signed contracts, you've completed the application with the bank has done the appraisal. The appraisal comes back $475. We agreed to pay $500. Appraisal's $475. What are we gonna do? There's no more money. The seller won't budge. He said his house is worth more now than it was when we decided to buy it. He's not lowering his price. We have to come up with the difference or lose the house. What do we do? Well, let's talk to the bank. So the appraised value is $475, and the buyer was originally looking to put 10% down on their loan. Now what if, because the appraised value is $475, instead of borrowing 90% of the purchase price, we asked the bank if they could borrow 95% of the appraised value. Because the bank really wants to lend off of the appraised value. They don't really care what you think the house is worth to you. They care about what the house is worth to them. And that's the number that they're basing all of their ratios off of. So, if we ask the bank, hey bank, instead of borrowing 90%, can I borrow 95% of the appraised value? And in all likelihood, they're going to say yes. 95% of $475 is $450. The bank will lend you $450 on an appraised value of $475. Then we put our $50,000 on top, and the purchase price remains at $500,000. Your payment remains around $2,700 a month. You didn't take any money out of pocket, and you just covered a $25,000 appraisal guarantee. You're happy, the seller's happy, the bank's happy, and you're getting the house. So how does this situation work if you're putting more than 20% down? Well, in all likelihood, you're putting more than 20% down because you want to avoid PMI, and you're in a strong financial position. So how does this equate to covering a short appraisal? Well, let's see. In this example, we're buying a house for $2 million, and the buyer wants to put 30% down, which means they're borrowing $1.4 million from the bank. Now let's pretend we're making an offer on this property. We have not yet gotten the house. How can we figure out how much of an appraisal guarantee we can actually cover? Because this house is spectacular, and we really want it. There's a few other buyers that are interested, but we want to make our offer stand out. Well, the buyer is ready to put 30% down on their loan. The bank, as we know, without charging mortgage insurance, they'll lend you up to 80%. You'll put a 20% down payment on the loan and borrow 80% of the appraised value. We'll take this 1.4 here, divide it by 80%, and that comes out to 1.75 million. So we can tell the seller, we will guarantee the $2 million purchase price with a $250,000 appraisal guarantee. As long as the house appraises over 1.75, we're buying your house for $2 million. Are you still a little confused on how this is possible? Well, let's complete the example. So, Let's say the house appraises for 1.75. We go to the bank and we say, hey bank, can you lend me, I know I wanted to put down 30%, I only want to put down 20% on the appraised value, can you loan me 80% of 1.75? The bank is going to say, yeah, that sounds reasonable, we do 80% loans all the time. We'll give you 80% of the 1.75. Come on. And 80% of 1.75 is 1.4, the original loan amount. And we put the $600,000 down payment on top, making a $2 million purchase and covering a $250,000 appraisal difference with no money out of pocket and no change to the monthly payment. Congratulations, you got the house. So if you want to do this math on your own because your specific example doesn't line up to the numbers that I just described, so just reach out to me. And if you still have questions, I'm always here to help. My contact information is in the description and probably in front of you right now. Ask me a question in the comments. I'm always here to help. This has been another episode of Real Estate the Right Way with your host, Michael.Wright, residential realtor on Long Island, New York, delivering the best educational content when it comes to residential real estate. Tell me what home means to you, and I'll help you get there.